What's up, guys? Welcome back to the Konjic channel, and today we have two differing views of insight when it comes to the continuation of the story of the Black Clover anime, and that's what we're talking about today on the Konjic channel.
Give me some sensu beans, yeah, I need to regenerate. I'm about to go off like I'm the Avatar state, and I can say...
Okay guys, just to get straight into things, a report from comicbook.com says, and I quote, "Black Clover has a new movie on the way following the end of the anime last year, but will it have an original story? Yuki Tabata's original manga series is continuing with new chapters to this day, even celebrating its 7th anniversary running in Shueisha's weekly shonen magazine. But the anime run for the series came to an end with 170 episodes under its belt. It was announced soon after that the anime would be continuing with a brand new movie. So much of the new Black Clover movie's production has been shrouded in mystery. The official title for the project has yet to be revealed, a proper production staff has yet to be confirmed, and the few things we have learned are that Yuki Tabata is serving as the chief supervisor and is providing the character designs with an aimed release sometime in 2023. The special trailer release for Black Clover's 7th anniversary features some brand new animated footage not seen in the TV series. If this is our first look at the new movie in motion, it clears up some things about what to expect. We can see Yami, Yuno, and Asta in action. If this footage is from the movie somehow and not just a special animation celebrating the series, then it means that this new project will be taking place far before the end of the TV anime. The TV anime ended on a major cliffhanger that is still being followed up in the manga's recent chapters, and it sets some story beats in motion. Yami has been captured by the enemy, Asta is training to unlock a new power, and each of the other characters get boosts of their own for the big battle to come. The TV series ends with the promise of a 2-day training period before the fight with the Spade Kingdom, so it might not leave enough of a gap for a new story. It's entirely possible, but fans of the manga have already seen how those 2 days of training are very critical to the story that follows the anime's ending. The movie could try and adapt the manga's Spade Kingdom raid arc, but it's already gone on far so long and full of so many interesting battles, it could be a full anime season all on its own. It might be too much to try and squeeze into some kind of movie, so an original story would be a smart choice for its feature film debut. And if this is somehow the only movie we ever get to see, then maybe going all out with anything tying it down would not be a bad idea either. Alright guys, end quote on that first article right there. Basically, I think what they're saying is highly reasonable. They're talking about that, of course, first kind of like teaser that we saw several months ago, and that was fairly interesting. Of course, we know that the manga it's still going, although there was a hiatus when it comes to the manga, and they're getting ready to basically end the story when it comes to that as well. However, it does make sense when it comes to this. I would go ahead and say that when it comes to the Black Clover anime going forward with this movie, it's not going to necessarily continue where the show left off. I do think what they just said makes sense, where it says this actually takes place before the last episodes of the show. I'm going to go ahead and take this estimate that it's going to be in the time skip of the manga, which we got a lot of like anime original episodes plus filler episodes that take place in that time skip. That was basically when we were kind of really close to the manga, so they were like, let's get the manga story going a little bit more before we continue on adapting the manga, so they created an anime original content. I believe that this movie is most likely going to take place towards the end of that time skip as well, since Asta looks literally how he does after that time skip, so it's going to probably take place after the episodes we already saw that took place in that time skip. However, if we move over to Looper, they have a differing view on this, and they say, and I quote, "Of course, with this being the Black Clover movie, we can fully expect to see series regulars like Asta, Noel Silva, and Yuno, but who else might we see in the currently untitled movie? Considering where they are in the series, we can fully expect the Dark Triad to make some kind of appearance. Their obsession with fully manifesting devils into this world have been a constant threat. The Dark Triad, of course, source are 3 dark wizards who currently rule the Spade Kingdom, former home of Yuno, using terror and ruthless subjugation. If referencing the manga, we could also see Libe, Nacht, Magna, and Dante. We might also see the twin devils of Lilith and Nama, again if going by the source material. At this point, what we know of the plot for the upcoming Black Clover movie can be inferred by the final episodes of the anime and the plot set forth by Yuki Tabata's work. In episode 170, The Faraway Future, Asta and Libe become allies after a devil binding ritual becomes a devil befriending ritual, as per Asta's description. The series ended with several characters in both the Black Bulls and Golden Dawn training in typical anime fashion, with Yuno in particular swearing to defeat Zenon and Asta vowing to rescue Captain Yami. So what can we expect from Black Clover movie? Considering how the series ended, we should be seeing an epic battle against Zenon. We could also see Asta and Libe become friends and an end to the Spade Kingdom arc. The real question is what will happen with Yuno, considering he is actually the long lost prince of the former royal house of the Spade Kingdom. That is, if our heroes can defeat his dark triad. Alright guys, end quote on that. So as you can see, they have like a completely different view on this. They're saying that this is literally supposed to be a direct continuation of the show. That they're like, oh well, it's pretty obvious it's going to be a direct continuation of the show. It's going to pick up where it left off. Although if we go by what comicbook.com says, it sounds more like it's going to be an anime original. And if you're going to ask me which one I'm more inclined to go with, I'm going to go with comicbook.com on this. What they're saying sounds much more sense than this being a more direct continuation, like literally right where it left off. I don't really think that's going to happen, because it's possible, but I just don't think it's going to happen. When it comes to when we can actually see like a release date or some sort of information when it comes to the release of this actual movie, it seems they're not really in a rush to do that. Like, we've barely been seeing anything at all when it comes to literally any sort of content in any category when it comes to this movie. However, we do know it's confirmed for 2023. If there is no delay from 2023 to 2024, then I would expect the earliest a release date in December at Jump Festa, Shonen Jump's big event. Even though it's not really just about Shonen Jump, it's about really all the jumps. But Shonen Jump is Shueisha's biggest jump magazine. However, if it's not revealed there, if they just show some, I would be very surprised if they don't show anything. But if they show something that's not the release date, then that kind of just tells you that this movie's coming out in like late 2023, not mid or early 2023. And then I would kind of figure that they would either create some sort of Black Clover event, which I think is kind of unlikely, or spontaneously show a trailer on YouTube that gives a release date. But guys, let me know what you guys think. My name's Konjic, I love you, and I'll talk to you in the next video.
And I can say that I'm great, yeah, I can say that I'm perfect. I ain't the one that was out here saving lives, I was purchased. Now we about to take you out if you try to act toxic. I'ma send you straight up to my main man, Konjic.